Alright, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Ricky Recondo. I'm just kidding. We're taking a look at Recondo. So let's get a look at this guy's accessories. He comes with a few things, and then we'll get into taking a look at the figure. Starting off, we have his backpack. He has his brown sleeping bag in there. His cantina. Nice. It's pretty cool looking. Nice accessory. Next, we have his sidearm, or actually his his pistol goes onto his holster that's on his chest. It's just casted in black. Next, we have Recondo's rifle, and it's well done. I mean, mine came a little bent. I had to heat it up to fix it, but I like the way they did the wrap around the pistol grip. I like the way they did the wraps here on the stock. And yes, the magazine is removable, but as you can see, just like I was saying in Dusty's video, if they would have made it short, not so long, very nice. They did a good job. Except for the fact of it being a little bent. I mean, it is soft, but it is what it is. But otherwise, it's a nice weapon. Next, we have Recondo's kukri, his kukri, and I like the way they did this. It's not a typical machete, but they painted the blade very nice. Mine came really bent. I heated it up and straightened it out. It's still a little warped, so I'll fix that. Nice job on the handle. Good accessory to have with a jungle trooper. Next, we have Recondo's hat, and it's just casted in like a brown. Kind of looks like a blue in the camera, but it is brown. I like the way they did the leathery look. It has a little strap going across, and of course the bend with the little button right there that actually holds this side up. This is classic Recondo right here. All right, so let's get into taking a look at Recondo himself. Now, when I first took him out of the box, he reminded me of Viggo Morrison. But the more I looked at him, he reminds me of my Uncle Frank. Now, my Uncle Frank was a guy who used to smoke a pipe, and he had his mustache that curled up like that, except for it looped. He was a really cool dude. But since passed away from cancer. But yes, otherwise, good memories with that guy. So, yeah, I'm going to say he resembles my Uncle Frank more than Viggo Morrison. But with that being said, let's take a look at this guy here. So his articulation, all right, he can look up this far because his hair in the back is actually stopping, his motion. But he can look up, he can look down, he can look side to side, and he has somewhat of a head tilt. He has butterfly hinges. His arms go out to a T. Goes all the way around. Nice bicep swivel. And I love the way they did the sleeves on him here. And then moving down to his arms. So his arms, he has his pinless double jointed arms. And the one thing I noticed about him, and I didn't think that they had any type of movement in his hands don't move side to side. They actually move up and down. Mine are really stiff, but right there, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Right there's the hinge for it to move up and down. And both hands are that way. But they're very, very, very stiff. Now moving down to his ab, he can crunch that far, which is actually really, really good. He can move back this far, and he has his waist swivel. Once again, the bottom part of his shirt to the belt is separate, just the way Dusty's was. So nice job with that. Moving down to the legs, of course, we have the typical G.I. Joe drop down legs. We have the upper thigh swivel, and we have pinless jointed, double jointed knees, and mine are very stiff, which is okay. But that's as far as they're going to go because of the pants and everything that are blocking it. Moving down to his boots, they swivel side to side at the boot cut. And his boots, they don't really move back that far. That's it for the articulation moving back. And moving forward, not far at all. Either mine are stuck or seized, but they don't really move too far when it comes to articulation, when it comes to the actual ankles. Now, mine came with this weird line on the edge of his nose. Doesn't really bother me any. It just looks like they just forgot to paint it or something weird when it was made. I don't know. But he has his holster, okay, for his sidearm. Comes around the back. and then the back of the belt with the pouches on the side. As far as the shirt, I don't know if anybody knows. Is this reuse from Duke? Could be. I don't know, because I got Duke put away and I haven't looked at him. Could be. Then you have his sheath. I don't want to forget his sheath. His sheath for his kukri. Very nice. Nice little pouches on the side. This is different. I like the way they did this. It's not just typical, just straps and then, you know, the sheath for the kukri. It is open at the bottom. Yeah, and then you have, you know, his pants and then the Tiger Force striping color on it, you know, as far as the camouflage. Very nice. I like the face sculpt. Very well done. Yeah. So let me get this guy back in his gear. Oh, and I also like the way they did his compass here on the side and not here, because he has his watch here, which is nice. I like the way they painted the silver. And I like the way they did that compass right there. So that was a cool little accessory to add in there on him, you know, and paint it at least, you know, considering that they don't really do a whole lot of paint apps. But let me get this guy set up with his accessories, and then we'll finish this review. Okay, so let's get into comparing this guy to a couple of guys that I took out that I have on hand. So starting off, we're going to compare him to one of his teammates. Here he is with Outback, and here's how he compares to Dusty. All right, so rounding out the review of Recondo, look, we all know that these are not his classic colors. These are the Tiger Force colors. Why they choose to come out with Tiger Force prior, well, you know, hey, that's just what they do. Now, as far as this guy looking like Viggo Morrison or like my Uncle Frank, as I was doing the review and I'm looking at the face sculpt, he kind of also reminds me of Jesse Ventura, you know, over in from when he was in Predator. Now, I can see this guy going up against Predator along with Outback, you know, because these guys are survivors, you know, Outback and Recondo here. So, you know, these guys live in hot, stinking swamps. That's where they thrive. That's where they do their best, you know, taking out the bad guys, whatever it is that they have to do. They are the best at what they do, and they're good at doing it. And yeah, I mean, look, this guy came with some really cool accessories. I like the way that they did this guy. The reason why I keep saying he looks like celebrities is because I was watching Toys Equal Midlife Prices Squared, and you know, he's a buddy of mine, and I love the work that he does, and he is so funny because he's like, you know, telling me Bazooka looks like, you know, Tom Selleck, and you know, the Crimson Twins, someone said that they look like Tom Cruise. It's like, so then you start seeing these faces, you know, the way they're doing it. But it's just funny because people are noticing the same thing that I'm noticing, and I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do? This is what they're doing. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm not saying that it is, but yeah, eventually we'll probably get one in his original colors. I want a Wild Bill, but knowing my luck, they'll do a Wild Bill, and you'll have to get the Dragonfly and spend $600 to get it, like the Cobra Commander. You know, they should come out with the original Cobra Commander also without the Hiss tank. That's just my opinion here, guys. Listen, appreciate you guys checking out the video, taking the time to watch and everything, hitting the like button, subscribing, all that goodness. I appreciate it. The channel's growing. We had some new people, some old people left, or new people left. I don't know which, but still, thank you guys for showing up and actually being here and taking the time to watch. And even if you left, thank you. Appreciate it. I really, really do. So yeah, this is my review on Recondo. Do I see a lot of flaws with him? No. Can I live with the fact that the weapons were a little bit warped and I can fix them with hot water or a hairdryer? Absolutely. But am I happy with the fact that the joints aren't separating or popping off or coming apart? Yeah, they're a little stiff. That's okay. I can live with that. Not a problem. But popping off, coming off, whatever the case, it's not right. It's not right. So, but let's not get into that. Great figure. And if you happen to get them, and I hope you get them, if you're waiting for them, hopefully he comes soon. And hey guys, have a great Friday the 13th, and I'll catch you all on the flippity flip.